NLP combines theories, models, and techniques from a range of scientific and esoteric fields to create accessible, understandable tools which can be used by individuals, teams, and organizations and applied to a variety of contexts to improve outcomes, support well-being, and create change. Maybe it's models and techniques and strategies modeled on people who've done excellent things, and it's taking their strategies and processes and learning those, including the language that we use, influences the way we think, and then the results that we get from that. The literal translation of the phrase neuro-linguistic programming is that NLP empowers, enables, and teaches us to better understand the way our brain, the neuro part, and processes the words that we use, the linguistics, and how that can impact on our past, present, and future programming. So it's nothing scary in it. We all do these programming parts. Gives us strategies for observing human behavior and learning from the best or the worst of that. It has been defined as the user's manual for our mind, because studying NLP gives us insights into how our thinking patterns can affect every aspect of our lives. It's the official guide. So I thought, this time of the year, it's a good time to start learning some new strategies, something positive that we can take forward. Most people at this time of the year, there's lots of stress going on. We've had a difficult year. Christmas, New Year's, not always a happy time for everybody. So really, I'm just going to be teaching you some things that you can do for yourself, and you can apply it however it works for you. Can we go to the next slide, Tori? Thank you. I couldn't do this without Tori. So, Tori, can you pop it in the question bar. What triggers you into a less than useful state? Yes, she could. I can't see the chat bar, so
I would say as well, instead of that, you could also be when you're in, say, let's look at your pain. When you're in pain, what is something that helps you feel better? I like that. Gin and tonic. Me too.
I know I was using it earlier, preparing this, thinking, oh my goodness, I started going down that rabbit hole of, what if the slides don't work? What if this doesn't work? What if that? And I went, get back to where you know what you're doing, and did my resource anchoring. And yeah, it turned it around. It's lovely to see everybody's faces as well.
Got some nice ones. Heat. Absolutely. Just had the shower, sore back. Walking in the garden. Yes. And actually everything's starting to grow now. So it's in my veggie garden. So that's exciting as well. Stroking my cat. That's me. Calms me down. Exercise when you have energy. Yes, absolutely. What helps everybody feel a little bit better when you're in pain? Type it in the chat. Medicine, yeah. Dancing and music. Beat pack. What about when you're really hot and and especially now in places where it's, as the weather starts warming, ice packs for anyone? Does that help? Hot bath or spa? This is all the South Island.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
the North Island. Having a fan. I have a fan. I've got two, a bigger one and a lower one.
Mm.
So I don't know, when you're feeling inflamed and sore, having the fan going just helps bring your temperature back down.
Gentle walks on the beach, cold water, sleep. Hot summer is my worst time. A fan definitely helps. Yep, especially down where you live, Sue. Breathing and relaxation. Breath work's really good. Distraction, it's another one. Beautiful. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Disassociation is another common one that we all do, that we tend to go to when we're in pain. We disassociate out of it because we don't want to be in our bodies, which can be useful, and it can also not be useful. Go on from there. So if you're wondering why we've got a lemon tree, I just want to talk about the power of our language and how our thoughts and our language influences us. So if I was to say to you, don't think of a pink elephant with orange spots, what did you see? By putting don't in front of something, your brain's actually got to go there and make that elephant and put orange spots on it. So saying to yourself, like, oh, don't think about all the pain I'm going to be in later when I get home because I've got all these jobs to do. You're kind of setting yourself up for it as well. And it's just a nice little thing to play around with to help get your mind back and around. So here's another little fun one. I'd like you to think about a lemon tree full of luscious yellow, ripe lemons. I want you to imagine picking one. How does that feel? Can you smell the tartness of that lemon as you picked it? Take a good sniff of it. And did you notice your mouth started watering? Not everybody does, but a lot do. So what we're going to do is look for some cool ways of using our senses to create some positive states for you to use to bring yourself back into a resourceful state. I've had a few health experiences lately and interactions with specialists and doctors, and yeah, they didn't always start out really well, but they got going by being able to bring myself back into a positive state. Is this where we're moving on to the next slide, Tori? My backup technical lady. So I'm going to invite you to participate if you would like. Some of these things that we're going to do will be exercises for you to join in. So I'm going to be talking next about, we're going to do some resource anchoring, another little technique that builds on that, and then I'm going to take you through a lovely meditation. I have got the music playing in the background, but apparently it doesn't come through very well. Anchoring is what we use. We use all our different senses. We use our visual. We might think of a picture of an old friend that may remind you of your friendship. And I'm trying to frame this around thinking. I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to bring in here, thinking all the positive things that have happened, like when you see the picture of an old friend that might remind you of your friendship, your hearing, music you enjoyed many years ago might remind you of how you felt then. You know, Christmas music, different songs. I've got this meditation music playing in the background that's helping me stay feeling calm doing this. Feelings, your body in a position that you use to relax. And I know that can be really hard when you're in a lot of pain, is to find a comfortable place. When I think about taste, food that's cooked the way that your grandma did, or a parent, or something that brings in those good taste sensation feelings. And smell, you know, maybe like popcorn, the excitement of a fear of some sort. Now, we all have different ways of representing. We might be stronger in one than another. I'm very visual, so I like all these pictures and things around me. Smells, not so much, because I'll get sneezy. Right. How would you like to join in a technique? I'll teach you about resource anchoring. Here's me, I'm just going to have another drink. All right. So anchors are all these different things around us in our world. I would like to teach you one that's about creating a positive one. You can use a hand gesture, usually your non-dominant hand. I've often used this, making a sign on one finger, which I know can be really awkward when you've got painful fingers. So just finding something that's easy for you to do, that you could do maybe when you're sitting in a doctor's office and it doesn't look like you're actually putting your fingers together. Or where you can just cross your hands and put a finger on a spot on your elbow. You will find a way. Your mind will help you find a way to make an easy one for you. And I find that one's quite useful because it's like you're holding a pen, but it's your non-dominant hand, so it doesn't interact for the same time as when you're using a pen. So now I'm going to take you through some of the steps. If you've figured out what kind you would like, I mean, this is an exercise that you can repeat and repeat until you get it really strong. I'd like you to think of a time when you felt confident, something comfortable, like a confident time, something that you've been in before that made you feel really strong. I often think of the time when I graduated and I got my star. Most old nurses have got these worn out old, you probably can't see it, old stars. For me, that was a really positive strength time. I was supported by family. So if you can think of a time and get that nice and clear in your head, think of that time and feeling that, you would notice if you'd changed. So remember a time that you had that confidence or that positivity, that state of when you felt really good. It was something that you were doing. And really associate into that. If it helps to close your eyes, then do that. Now ask you to step into your own body in that memory, seeing through your eyes, hearing through your ears, and fully feeling that feeling of confidence. Adjust your body so that you're sitting the way you would sit when you felt that confidence. And notice the kind of voice you'd use if you had that confidence. When you really feel that, make that gesture with your hand so that feeling becomes totally associated with that gesture. That's great. Feeling isn't as strong. Just release the hand and wait until you can fully feel it again. Maybe you need to brighten the colours or add some fluffy gloves or some smells or hearing some more positive words. And then when you're really associated to that, we call fire off the anchor and pop that together again. Now, this is called breaking the state. I'll frighten you all back into the room. Completely clear your mind out of that. Some of you have done NLP will know about that. It's completely changing the state from it. Have a look out the window or move your laptop around. Now, it's great. I can see some of you through there and some of you I can't. That's good. Now, try and make that gesture again and see how you feel. Bring back your anchor, your gesture. Notice if you feel that confidence, those strong feelings again. May take a few times to repeat. It's the first time I've done this in a Zoom class with more than one person, so it might just take a few times to repeat it. Just check onto all your different senses and see if it's there. Now, using that anchor, I'm feeling all those resourceful feelings. Think of a future time when you'd like to use that anchor, a time when in the past you would have found it a little challenging to feel resourceful. You notice how you feel a little bit better or a whole lot better. We can break that state again and tell us. Thank you, Tori. Any feedback? How did you find that?
Can anyone here share when was a time that you felt confident and elated and wonderful? I think it might be time to move on.
Yep. Okay. So the next step we were going to look at was, just notice the time. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to.
Oh, nice, Heather. Scottish country dancing.
Yes. I can see those heels going already. So the next little process I was going to show you was called the circle of excellence, and that builds up on top of the resource anchoring. I've used this often going into appointments or job interviews, into new places, or if I've been at home for too long, working from home and not going out, or being too sore, being too sick, and getting yourself out the door can be a bit scary. It can get a little bit of anxiety in there, and I've heard it from a lot of people. When you've been at home and you're in pain and you have to go out, and it can be a bit stressful. I've used the circle of excellence and the resource anchoring to get me to pick up my keys and get in the car and get out the door. So I hope you like this one as well. So I want you to imagine there's this beautiful golden circle, big enough for you to step into. Let's make this a huge circle on the ground. Make it golden and shiny on the floor. If you want to get up and do it, that's great. If you're happy to stay seated, that's absolutely fine as well. Imagining it works just as well. And then when you get up after this, you can, later on, you can practice again and pop the circle in front of you. Now, visualize all the wonderful things that make you feel strong, confident, colors that are bright and illuminating, sounds, maybe a song. I like the song from Chariots of Fire. I don't know if everybody knows that one. It's a real powerful song. Smells that you love, tastes. And here's the other really good one. It's making a pose like a superwoman, a superpower has been shown to make you feel more confident, even just standing there with your hands on your hips and your shoulders back and your head held high. So if you imagine all those things, fire your anchor and step into that circle. Now, if you close your eyes when you're in that circle, you can feel all that energy running through you. Step back out of the circle carefully. I don't want you stepping into anything. And take a deep breath. Now, can you give a time in the future where you might use that? Tori, can you pop that one in? It's a time when you would use that.
You can use this technique. Going to work on a Monday morning, or coming home to my flatmates, my children. Right.
Going to your doctor's appointments.
Mm-hmm. Specialists.
Yeah.
Meeting friends in town. Leaving house for any reason, absolutely.
Yeah.
Building yourself up.
Even if you do it several times before you know you've got that. I know when I was planning this, it was all I could think of today. Nothing else happened because I just had to focus on getting to 7 o'clock. And so I just kept walking around making circles in front of me. I live alone, so that was fine. Nobody else got in my circle. How are we going with questions there? Answers?
We might be the time for the goodie.
All right, you want the goodie at the end? I've just clicked on something to it. Okay. I've undone what I thought I'd done wrong. Did somebody say they could hear the music that I've got going? Apparently Zoom, you can't have voices and music, but
It sort of plays when you talk. When you talk, there's like a little bit of music.
Okay, well, I'm going to be talking consistently for 7 minutes now, so maybe it'll work.
All right.
Okay. Has anybody heard of the inner smile meditation before?
Put your hands up if you've heard of the inner smile. No,
No. It's based,
I
it's
hadn't
it's
either.
a lovely, yeah, it's a lovely story. It's a lovely meditation. It's Qigong based. I hope I've said that right. And it's about taking a smile through all the organs in our body, just taking that smile through. And when our bodies are often in so much pain and soreness and giving us grief, this is a nice little meditation to just bring that all down and give your body some caring. All right. So another experience. So if you want to just get nice and comfortable, somewhere where you can rest back, somewhere where you can rest your head maybe on the chair, feel the couch or the armchair, or if you're sitting up. Some people like to do this done sitting in a chair on the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, with your back straight. But for this one, let's just be comfortable where you are. And close your eyes and gently press your tongue against the top of your mouth. Clasp your hands together gently, or just hold them near each other. Now remember a time that you can feel comfortable recalling when you felt caring or loving. Perhaps a time when you were caring for a plant or an animal or for a child. Imagine that you can see this time and the gentle smile of caring it brings as a picture about 3 feet in front of your eyes. Allow your forehead to relax and draw the energy of caring into the place between your eyes. Experience it as a limitless source of caring energy flowing. And from there, flooding through your body as a smile. As you notice the corners of your mouth smile just a little. Allow the smiling energy to flow across your face, relaxing it. Smile into the neck and throat, through the thyroid and parathyroid glands, which control your metabolic rate and keep your bone tissue balanced. Smile down the thymus gland and the upper central chest area, the gland which coordinates your immune system. From there, spread the smile back to the heart, allowing it to relax and blossom in a shining red light, transforming bitterness and irritation into joy and love. Flow the smile on out each side to the lungs, filling them with white light, transforming sadness and grief into the ability to discriminate what's right for you now, and enhancing their ability to take in energy from the air. On the right, flow the smile down through the liver, filling it with leaf green light, enhancing its hundreds of cleaning and organizing functions, and transforming resentment and anger into an assertive kindness to yourself and others. On the left, flow the smile through the pancreas, which assists in digestion and regulation of blood sugar. The far left is the position of the spleen, which stores red blood cells, and here rigidity and stuck thinking are transformed into openness. Fill the pancreas and spleen with yellow light. On each side, the smile now flows to the back at waist level, flooding through the kidneys, which filter the blood, and the adrenal glands, which give your body an energy boost of adrenaline. As these glands relax, fill the kidneys with dark blue light and feel fear transformed into a gentleness. Flow that smiling energy down through the bladder, through the sexual organs and glands, which balance the cycles of your life. And flowing the smile to a place just below the navel and a couple of centimeters in from the front. Feel the energy spiral into the center as a storage for the day. As you flow the smile, check for the feeling that each organ is smiling back. Take the time it needs to allow this to happen. Now draw the smile again into the place between your eyes. The second time, flow the smile down your nose and mouth into the digestive tract, swallowing as you do and imagining that the saliva you swallow is also full of smiling energy. Smile through the stomach, just below the ribs and through the intestines, having flowed the smile down through the whole digestive system. Draw the energy back to the dantian center below the navel. This third time, draw the smile to the center between your eyes and circle your eyes 9 times clockwise, as if you're watching up a speeded clock face. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw the smile back through the brain itself, smiling deep into the brain, where the glands you coordinate your entire hormonal system reside. Flow the smile down the spinal column and through those neurons out to every part of the body, feeling them relax. As you continue to draw the smile into your body from an infinite source of love and healing, imagine the smile flowing out from your body into the air around you, across the entire room. The smile, remaining infinite, flows out beyond the room, across the whole area, the whole country, into the oceans. It's all the continents, and feel and see the entire planet is filled with the smile. As the smile continues to expand, just check back in your body, in the room. Check if there is anywhere in your body where there was an excess of energy, perhaps where there was some tension, and draw the energy back into your lower abdomen, the dantian, feeling it spiral in there as a store for the day. Now, you can open your eyes, take a big deep breath, have a look around the room, come back feeling energized, or if you want to just stay nice and relaxed and have a lovely, peaceful evening. If you're going to go and drive anywhere, be right back in the room. Now, is everybody back in the room, or are we all off nice and relaxed? Thank you, everybody. I hope that's been useful, that you've learned a couple of new things to help get through the next week, months, and into another new year.